Hey, so this today is the climate strike for Owen Sound, and remember to like and subscribe. It is the 27th of September, and it's just past 4:30. It's an hour-long event. Hey, how are you doing? Good. How about you?
Good, wonderful.
Yeah.
It's nice to see a big turnout today.
Yeah, for sure. Did you want to give a plug for the NDP or anything?
Nope, this is nonpartisan.
Oh,
so
it's nonpartisan. Oh, all right, okay. That's cool. Yeah, so, yeah, we were discussing that, and we came to the conclusion that the nonpartisan aspect of climate is climate adaptation. Because even the PPC guy said that climate change is happening, but he did agree with climate adaptation. So, and everyone agrees with that. So then it's nonpartisan.
Yeah, that makes it nonpartisan.
Yeah.
But I think it still needs to be addressed in a very serious way.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, for sure. Well, we're all doing what we can.
Yes, and like I said, it's nice to see a huge turnout here today.
Yeah, for sure.
Lots of people.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think, the labor marchers are coming over to the Red Bill Walker's office, so that'll bring even more.
Oh, wow, the labor marchers, eh? Well, what's that about?
I think they were at Bill Walker's office protesting the education cuts.
Oh, education cuts. Oh, okay.
Well, I see a few flags.
Oh, okay.
So some of them are here.
Some of them are already here. Oh, wow. That's amazing. Yeah, it's much more packed today.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah,
great to see.
Yeah.
Great to see.
See if I can interview some more people.
Go ahead.
All right. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Got some youth here. Oh, yeah. Cool. For system change, not climate change. That makes sense. Oh, hey, Maxine. Oh, good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
Yeah.
Oh, hi. You're here documenting.
Yeah, it's my 360 camera.
That's awesome. I've watched a few of your videos.
Oh, yeah? Oh, cool.
Yeah, really neat.
Thanks. Yeah, I posted the one from last week.
Yeah, check that one out.
You check that one out? Great, cool.
Yeah, so they definitely get around. They get attention, for sure.
Awesome, yeah. Well, that's great. Yeah, I think about like 20 or 30 views or something.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's nice.
For my YouTube channel, it's great.
That's like bombing.
Yeah.
You're capturing people's signs and
Yeah.
attitudes.
Yeah, exactly. Just doing mini interviews and like, what is your kind of climate change adaptation plans? Or what are you doing for the climate?
What am I doing for the climate? I think the most important thing that we can all possibly do is like have some more compassion for ourselves and for others, because there's a lot of damage that is done to the climate by us not actually taking care of ourselves the way that we actually need to be. And we don't need to buy so much shit to feel full and good, and eat so much garbage food to feel like we can cope. So if we are able to take care of ourselves more, then I think we're actually able to be there more for the needs of the planet and for each other.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah. That's great. And do you have like a garden or anything else?
Actually right now I'm doing caregiving for my grandmother.
Okay.
But I live at a place with a very big garden. I have a room there, and then my grandma's house has a garden. I have many friends with big gardens, so that's always a big part of my life.
And I know you really like nature.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pick on nature.
I think that's also very
yoga
important,
and,
right?
Yeah, exactly. I think that's kind of one of those important parts of maintaining a climate is enjoying our ecology.
Yeah, well, I think that the natural world wants to be seen and respected and cared for just like you do.
Yeah.
Just like I do.
Just like we all do. Yeah. And the trees are here.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Wonderful. All right. Okay.
Yes,
See ya.
for one.
Yeah, thanks.
You said
Hi. Alright, so there's more signs around here to fight climate change. And Hi. How are you guys doing?
Good. You?
Good. Yeah.
Nice to see a few more people.
Yeah, there's quite a few more people than last time. Yeah. It's just, so what is your message? Good planets are hard to find. Yeah, there's
Might as well try to look after what we've got.
Yeah,
And appreciate it.
Yeah, we've got to do our best with
Yeah,
this one.
yeah.
Sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's so many hopeful things, you know?
Yeah.
I watch the news and I get deflated, and then I quickly turn on TED Talks. It's amazing how many brilliant ideas, how many technologies are already being either used already to good effect, or at least, you know, prototypes.
Yeah.
There's so many good thinkers.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
And there's lovely little patches of, you know, good things happening.
Yeah.
If we could just increase it, you know, 1,000-fold.
Yeah. We each do our own little part to increase it, I'm sure.
But that's the thing, I think, the model, the village model. If every locale does something or 7 things, you know, whatever they can, every bit helps. But
Yeah.
we need everybody doing something.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. What are you doing? Oh. All right, I'll go capture the main event, I guess.
Adults, can everyone see me? Adults up here? This is the top, up here. Adults up top, up here. Let's make a big crowd up on the stage.
Okay, you all have my things we're ready.
Yeah.
Nobody was here.
Can we should I can do this? Where is the where do I put the mic?
All right.
Where are you at? Can you see?
What is that? What is that?
Oh, it's a 360 camera. Yeah, you can watch it. I'll upload it to the Climate Action Team Facebook group. Yeah, just getting. So it's kind of like when you're watching it, it's like you're here with us. You know. So it's great.
What does your costume represent?
Oh, it's green religion. So it's about forgiveness and compassion for all beings. It's
Is it new religion or?
well, it's a new religious movement, but it's based on Buddhism and science, and it kind of includes Christianity and all the other faiths, you know, like Islam, you know, because they all have mercy and compassion within them.
Except the practitioners.
The practitioners, well,
Many of them.
well, we can forgive them and just remind them, remind them about it. Yeah. Oh, I see. John?
Today we mourn the loss of those who have died because of global warming. We mourn those who were in the path of monster typhoons and hurricanes. We mourn those who succumbed to famine, who live in places where the rains that always came fail. We mourn the deaths that will come if nothing is done. Those who storm will defeat, who drought will take, who rising sea levels will wash away, where sea ice will melt and hunting will become impossible. Death will come, and this we mourn. These are those who prayed for rescue, who longed for a chance to live, who called out to the Creator, to the Lord, to Allah, to Shiva, who watched for the power of the Spirit to heal more than watchers on the city wall long for morning. They waited death came. And so we commend them to the eternal, to what is beyond. In the beginning, humanity was made from earth, and to earth we shall return. Only God is immortal, we are mortal. This was ordained, God saying, you are dust, and to dust you shall return. And so we commend the dead to God's care, earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Let us hold the lost in our hearts and minds during a minute of silence. Need not conquer. In hope I offer these words of Desmond Tutu. He faced the impenetrable walls of apartheid, walls that his people tore down. And so he offers this blessing of hope. Goodness is stronger than evil. Love is stronger than hate. Light is stronger than darkness. Life is stronger than death. So let us choose to work for life, for us, and for the world. May it be so. Now I'd like to offer a space for some of the youth to speak about why they're here today.
cars, factories. We have to stop with all of this polluting. No more leaving garbage on the ground. No more littering. It's just gonna... It just makes things worse. Like, if the icebergs melt, all because of humans, water will rise over every town, every city, the tallest thing on earth, and we'll have nothing to live with. Everything will be gone. And if we don't stop now, that will happen. I also think, like, that we should do something because the fish are dying because the water's getting warmer and, like, the gas is coming from the cars, and I think we should stop because it's really bad for the earth, and I don't want to do that.
All of the youth who've come here today, thank you so much for spending some of your day with us here. And I'm really sorry that you have to take time away from playing and with your friends to tell adults to act on climate change now. But luckily, we're all here today with millions around the world for action, and it's not too late. We have the technology, we have what is needed to make the changes so your world will be safe in the future. Louise Jarvis has a song to sing with us. She did hand out some words. I don't see Louise, but she's here. Okay. Hello, everybody. The song we're going to sing is called the Climate Change Song, and some of you have the words. If you have some, make sure other people around you can see them. This song is being sung all around the world today. It's actually originally an Italian song that was sung in the rice fields, and my nonna worked in the rice fields, and I know about it. And then it became a resistance song for the anti-fascists in Italy. So it has a wonderful history, and then people in Sweden set the English words to it, and it's being sung in Montreal and Ottawa and New York and everywhere around the world. So we're going to join them. The words, if you don't have a sheet, are, we need to wake up. And even if you don't have a sheet, you can yell, wake up. We need to wise up, wise up. We need to open our eyes and do it now, now, now. So you can join in, even if you don't have the words, and do it now, now, now. We need to build a better future, and we need to start right now.
Out of tune, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yay!
Okay, while Louise does her tuning, I wasn't sure when to do the land acknowledgement because I wanted the focus to be on our youth, but I do have some words to acknowledge the land that we're on today. So as this huge group gathers here today, we acknowledge the history, spiritual the need to strive for justice with all our relations. And now we can sing together in solidarity with our Indigenous brothers and sisters and the people around the world who are struggling and fighting for justice today. We need to wake up. We need to wise up. We need to open our eyes and do it now, now, now. We need to build a better future. And we need to start right now, right now. We're on a planet that has a problem. We've got to solve it, get involved and do it now, now, now. We need to build a better future. And we need to start right now, right now. Make it greener, greener. Make it cleaner, cleaner. Make it last, make it fast and do it now, now, now. We need to build a better future. And we need to start right now. No point in waiting or hesitating. We must get wise, take no more lies and do it now, now, now. We need to build a better future. And we need to start right now. Verse again. We need to wake up, wake up. We need to wise up, wise up. We need to open our eyes and do it now, now, now. We need to build a better future. And we need to start right now. Wake up, wake up. Wise up, wise up. 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 We need to wake up. We need to wise up. We need to open our eyes and do it now, now, now. We need to build a better future. And we need to start right now. 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 Okay. Welcome everyone. This is awesome. We have a great turnout of people and so many wonderful youth joining us here today. We also have our new poet laureate for Owen who has prepared a few words for today to share with us. Peter. There he is. Oh, and his name is not Peter, it's Rico.
Well, it's 40 in the shade and she stands unsmiling on cobbles, short in stature and easily dismissed, for she's a girl and she's young, and she thinks that small talk is as bad as a golf course. Now, it's the poet's job to tell it slanted, but she defies descriptive language. She'd call me a fool for what I do on the surface of a smoldering earth, and I'd agree that my words are single-use, auditory landfill bloating the guts of fish. For I'm the male you were warned about, white and middle-aged, compliant and complicit, internally combusted and, bald to boot. And I know if Joan of Arc ever donned a parka, and planted her sign in the heart of Wall Street, it wouldn't be chains and flaming pillars they'd condemn her to, but lip service to an ideal that scares them, to a message too monstrous for poetry. So my money is on the young. They who have no use for subtext, the young who have no time for us, who have surpassed us already, and who act while I sputter nonsense about how they must drop us like sandbags, and as nonchalantly as someone tossing a bottle into the waist-high, sunburnt grass.
We're joined by some union representatives who are supporting climate action, and so there are a few words more from them, and then I think it'll be time to talk about what can we do for change, and then if you're up for it, we could even go for a little walk down Main Street and chant some chants. So, where's our union representative?
Hello everyone, Dave Trumbull, Vice President of Great Bruce Labour Council. I'm very proud to stand here today representing the Canadian Labour Congress, because you have 3 million friends lining up shoulder to shoulder, workers coast to coast to coast, who are also participating in climate change rallies across the country. And I can tell you that there is also our equivalent down in the United States, the AFL-CIO, doing the exact same thing. You have tens of millions of friends in solidarity in the labor movement standing out here. And in fact, perhaps I shouldn't minimize it by calling it friends. We are all one. Do not take to heart those that would divide us. There are many that will be climate change deniers, and there are many that will pit workers against those that know the action that needs to be undertaken. Labour knows that the outcome can be successful, because if the country and the world can save banks and they can save General Motors, they can save the planet. Every single person that goes to work knows, just like our young people have spoken about today, if there is no planet, there is no work. If there is no work, there is nothing for any of us. And I want you to understand that we are an ally, we are one of you, and alone in this country there are 3 million of us who stand shoulder to shoulder and in solidarity. Thank you so very much, and thank you to the organizers.
Thank you. So, there are a lot of questions about what do we do about this climate emergency, and like I said before, we have the solutions, we just need to act now. So I did a little bit of research about Canada's emissions to give us an idea of, where does the work have to happen? And it's not just one solution, there will be many solutions. 11% of our greenhouse gas emissions come from homes and buildings. 11% from the production of electricity. 13% from forestry, agriculture, and waste. 25% from transportation, and 40% from industry. So there are a lot of areas where work has to be done to reduce our emissions and meet our climate targets. And so there are a few people here today who volunteered to just give some insight into what they're doing to reduce emissions. And nobody is doing it all, I don't think, living in our society, but we can all do something. And the most important thing that we can do is vote for change. Or not vote for change, but vote for climate action. So we have an election coming up, and you need to look really carefully at all the platforms and decide on who is going to be the best, what party will be the best party to act on climate change and make sure to not just fall behind once again. So I think Luke was going to say a few words about his off-the-grid house. While he's coming up here, in terms of transportation, reducing emissions, sometimes buying an electric car
what we try to do to reduce our emissions is to drive less and ride more, and we love it. But for that to become really an option for more people, we need better bike infrastructure, and we still need really good public transportation for those who can't bike 140 kilometers at a time, like my husband is.
Hi everyone, my name is Luke Hoekstra, and I live in an off-grid house that we built last year. It's a super insulated home that produces all its own electricity. And I guess I was asked here to speak today a bit about how to design a greener life. And I'm not here to talk about how awesome my house is or energy efficiency in general, but just about those times in your life when you come to big decisions about what kind of building you're going to live in, how close to work you're going to live, what you're going to drive. And the thing that struck me as we built our house was the raised eyebrows of the tradesmen who came through and said, you're going to put how much insulation in this house? Or you're going to put how many solar panels out here? And I think the main thing we want to do for each other is to impress upon each other that extreme actions like building super insulated houses or going down to one car or cutting out meat are not extreme anymore. They're overdue things that we just have to do and have to encourage each other to do and to make normal. And there's a million different ways that we can cut our emissions or design a green life, moving closer to work, building efficient homes. But what I want to just impress upon each other is to encourage each other to do these things even before there's a business case for it, even before there's a payback period that makes sense according to our usual, 5 to 7 year expectation. And for this election that's coming up, we want to demand policies that make those payback periods more attractive. But it's the actions of ordinary people that have moved Canadian society along on past projects. It was ordinary people that brought tons of refugees to this country and ordinary people that did our war effort. And I think it's that time in history again to have ordinary people do kind of unusual actions, like spending more money on building a house that's going to use hardly any energy, or moving closer to where you work, or ditching your car. And for myself, it's still a work in progress. We still use fossil fuels, we're still driving places, but I'm trying to impress upon it that, just ordinary people can go a little beyond what makes sense or what pays back quickly, and try to push the needle and show our kids that we can do stuff that makes a difference now. That's what I got to say.
Colin and Amy, a few years ago, made some big changes in their diet, which are now supported by the Canada Food Guide. So they're going to say a few words. Amy is going to say a few words about this. And actually, her children are very involved in the youth groups that are part of the climate action team. Oh, here's Taylor right now. So this is a family effort.
Hi everyone. This is absolutely terrifying being up here. It's just a really big issue, so here I am. All four of our children actually are having huge concerns about their future. A few of our children had already started to switch to a more plant-based lifestyle. Another one of our children did a project for school about the impacts of animal agriculture on the environment. We wanted to make sure that our children could grow up healthy, so we started to look into the topic. After watching several documentaries about the planet and reading numerous scientific reports outlining the need for rapid and far-reaching changes in energy systems and land use. Examples include shifting to low or zero-emission power generation, such as renewables, and changing our food systems, such as diet changes away from land-intensive animal products. We started to make that connection that we have a big impact on this planet, and what we eat is a very big one. At this time, we can't afford to buy an electric car or put solar panels on the house. We hope that someday there will be incentives and programs through the government that allow these positive changes to happen. We don't feel like our children have the time to wait for the government to make those necessary changes to save us. We need to vote with our dollars and support sustainable foods that have lower carbon footprints. It's easy to feel helpless and frustrated waiting for change, but each of us can make an immediate positive change by simply changing up our recipes. The Canada Food Guide was recently changed to support more plant-based options, and this made us feel even more confident in our new food choices. We also recognize and are sympathetic that our farmers depend on this income for their own families. Each year, millions of dollars are spent on subsidies for the meat and dairy industries. Possibly, some of this money could be used to help them transition to a more sustainable income. When we became aware of the amount of land, crops, and water required, we realized that this is not an efficient way to get our nutrients. We simply eliminated the middleman. We quickly learned new ways to make our old favorite meals. Having an open mind and a love of food is key. We would do anything for our kids, so we will definitely eat our veggies for them.
And now I'll introduce you to Taylor, the champion of the Climate Action Team's youth group. She's going to say a few words. Thank you, Taylor.
Hi, my name is Taylor, and I don't like public speaking at all. But this issue is too big not to stand up and say something. We need to listen to science, and we need to stop worrying what people will think. We need to stop being polite about it, and we need action now.
You're right. Christine, a local farmer, has a few more words to say about agriculture because it is a huge emitter of greenhouse gas emissions. And then that's the end of the speeches, and we're going to march, and we'll probably just march down the sidewalk with lots of chanting. But I'll let Christine say a few words, and then we'll be off. Anything? Hi. Agriculture actually amounts to half the carbon that humanity has put into the atmosphere. Half. It didn't come from fossil fuels, it came from the soil, and so we actually can put it back into the soil, and all we have to do is put roots into the soil as many days of the years as possible. So instead of having plowed fields, bare soil, we need to have living plants there all the time. It's called regenerative agriculture. It can help with climate change. It can feed people. It's a huge part of the solution. Check it out, regenerative agriculture. Roots in the soil. It doesn't need fancy technology. It needs us to change how we think about how we do things. Nature is not the enemy when it comes to farming. It's the partner, and we need to start viewing nature as our partner and stop using poisons to fight it. Alright, the moment that everyone, especially the youth, have been waiting for is some awesome chanting. So we'll get started here and then we'll march. So I'm going to teach you a really easy one and a very apropos. No more coal, no more oil. Keep your carbon in the soil. You guys are ready? No more coal, no more oil. Keep your carbon in the soil. No more coal, no more oil. Keep your carbon in the soil. Let's go, Jen. No more coal, no more oil. Keep your carbon in the soil. No more coal, no more oil. Keep your carbon in the soil. No more coal, no more oil. Keep your carbon
coal, no more oil. Keep your carbon in the soil. No more coal, no more oil. Keep your carbon in the soil. No more coal, no more oil. Keep your carbon in the soil. No more coal, no more oil. Keep your carbon in the soil. No more coal, no more oil. Woo! Keep your carbon in the soil. No more coal, no more oil. Keep your carbon in the soil. No more coal, no more oil. Keep your carbon in the soil. When I say climate, you say action. Climate. Climate. When I say climate, action. When I say climate, you say action.
Don't be a fossil fool. Your sign's upside down. You're welcome. Quite a crowd today. Tuesday, yeah, all right. Things gotta change. Thanks very much, Ed. Tail end of it. Yeah. Well, it's been quite a long line so far. So, yeah, what's your sign about?
Oh, injustice.
Injustice.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would you like to see happening in climate adaptation?
I think one of the big things is equality. That would help with climate.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
So equality between people and plants, or
economic equality.
Mm-hmm.
That
Oh,
would
okay.
go a long way.
Okay. And so do you mean because very wealthy people use more greenhouse gases?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess there's some to that. I guess if we have farms, if more people had more land to grow their own food, then they wouldn't have to travel as much.
Family farms would be an answer.
Yeah. Sounds good.
I guess the government makes action happen, but us as individuals really need to speak up, so hopefully the government hears us, because they really are going to be the people who accomplish the great change if it's ever going to happen. So it's kind of a shame trying to vote nowadays. This is one of the most corrupt things. You vote green and you feel like it's not even like a game that you can play, you know? It's cheating really when it comes to voting. It's just a corrupt system, so I don't know. I find it very discouraging, especially for the youth.
Thanks, Jade. Good.
Thank you.
Good to meet you. Well, I like that. At least when you vote green, At least it shows up on the final tally.
That's where I've been, yeah.
Yeah.
And like I have a lot of friends. One of my buddies who's encouraged me to vote all my life. He's at the point now where he's just like, "What's the bloody point?" You know, it's not getting through to them, and they're doing a. I think the masses should vote. You know, for. Is it a communal vote where all the different townships pool their votes together, and then you'll actually get to see some true numbers rather than just this township got this party voted in, you know? Like,
I know the NDP changed their tune because they're losing their ridings to the Green Party.
Okay.
In BC.
That's good.
So,
You know, not to say I hate NDP, but you know, I love Green.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. Yeah.
Well, respect, man.
Great.
A pretty fancy camera you got
Thanks.
there.
Yeah, it's a 360 camera.
Really?
Yeah.
It's going all around.
Yeah.
That's
It's
fantastic.
It'll be on the Climate Action Team Facebook group.
Cool. I'll
Yeah.
check it out. Sadly, I've been kicked off of Facebook, so we'll see if I can get back on there somehow.
Oh, okay. Well, I also have a YouTube channel. It's called Lurks.
I'll check that out, man.
LIRCS.
Right on.
Yeah.
This is a glorious march, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. Wow, it's long, eh?
Right? I'm pleased. That makes me really happy to see.
Yeah. I'll go see if I can catch some more people. All right. Hi.
What's your name?
Sometimes we have to go to McDonald's, but I was surprised they didn't have recycling. I had to keep the garbage with me.
Yeah. Oh, hi. I'm just videotaping the proceedings.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Great.
I liked your raincoat. It has messages, recycling and stuff like that.
Because recently we went out west and traveling, and we had to stop at McDonald's a few times. And I was surprised even out in BC they didn't recycle at McDonald's.
Really? Oh,
so I
okay.
wrote to them, and they said they'd get back to me, and they have a reference number on the letter and all this. I just think McDonald's should be able to do that.
Yeah.
To provide that. Even over here in Owen Sound.
Yeah.
There isn't such a thing, and you have to, but Walmart does.
Oh, okay.
Not that I like Walmart, but you have to take your garbage out and recycle it outside
in your own
the
house.
McDonald's premises. Yeah, or take it home.
Yeah. Wow. That's you're welcome. So it'll be on the Climate Action Team Facebook group for Owen Sound.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you wanted to check out the video. All right. Yeah. Have a good time. Oh wow, we're out on the street now. Oh hi, David. Do you have any words for the camera?
Well, it's good to see a great big crowd out here today. In a small city like Owen Sound, this is really good, and hope the politicians are paying attention.
Yeah, and just a reminder, David is the president of the Climate Action Team in Owen Sound.
Yeah, we're having a big meeting coming up, a couple of big meetings coming up. 17th of October, we have our regular meetings the third Thursday at Harmony Center. Anybody's welcome to come and join a committee to do something now.
Wonderful. Thank you.
What did he say? Here. See? Oh, she made this.
Oh, she made this. Oh, okay. Did you want to say a few words?
Not really.
No? Okay.
No.
Well, thank you for participating.
Now! Climate action! Now! What do we want? Climate action! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Climate action! When do we want it?
Yesterday!
No!
Action. Now.
I knew what.
Climate action. Now. Climate action.
Now! No more coal! No more oil! coal, no more oil. Keep your carbon in the soil. No more coal, no more oil. Keep your carbon in the soil. No more coal, no more oil. Keep your carbon in the soil. No more coal.
Did you have a statement you wanted to make for about climate change, or why you're here today?
For the same reason, right? I think we are. We're all concerned. I mean, I think we have valid reasons to be concerned about what's happening with the planet. We'd all like to have a planet for everyone to live on in perpetuity. Sorry, couldn't get that word out there. But yes, I mean, I think that's enough, isn't it?
Yeah, that's wonderful. It's wonderful. Thank you. Wow.
Climate action! Now!
Did you want to make statements for why you're here, or
Really,
message
thank you.
you'd
This
like
is my statement.
Okay, what balance the impact? Okay, that's
There
great.
you go. Thank you.
So what are some of your ideas in relation to that?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about that.
Oh, okay. So would like
Everybody
carbon
does
tax
one
be
thing
part
and
of it,
that's-
or I don't know.
What do you think, Jan? That's
Or is it accounting for pollution and?
Well, just as long as we all help and do our part. Take the voices of many. Oh, yeah.
All right.
That's enough.
Thank you. All right. Have a good time. Hey, how are you doing? Did you guys have a statement for why you're here? And
I'm here for our granddaughter here.
Oh, okay.
Sadie, who has a lot of promise, and I'd like her to be able to have the benefit of a friendly planet.
That sounds great. And respect existence or expect resistance. Is that a slogan that you came up with, or did you find it from somewhere?
I read in the Guardian that this was in a march in Brussels, and I thought,
you like it?
That goes beyond the issue in a way, and mindful action and resistance is very important part of equanimity.
Yeah,
because we stand our ground.
Yeah, sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you for showing the colors.
Oh yeah, thanks. yeah. And you got the little green.
Yeah.
And
the Earth Minders.
Earth Minders, eh?
Yeah, part of the Tikhoon tradition.
Oh, okay, wonderful. Yeah, wonderful. All right, great. We're singing songs.
Thanks for making it a visible part, the Buddhist part of this. It's very important.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, because nature. Yeah. Right. I'll see if I can catch some more things. Hi. Do you guys have a statement for why you're here, or what you'd like to see happen?
We definitely would like to see more greener policies and decisions made in this next political election, and to push all the parties for the Green New Deal.
Sounds good.
And then, of course, it's time for some self-reflection and to make some changes in the way we live our day-to-day life as well. But it's a shared responsibility, and our politicians have to step up.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah. All right. What are some things that you've done already?
Oh, well, we are definitely when we're grocery shopping, instead of all those little wee plastic bags, we just throw everything into one basket. I mean, we got rid of the big plastic bags a while ago, but all the small produce bags, just making sure we're not picking that up. Definitely a while ago stopped using water bottles and doing the reusable. I now am closer to work But I mean, the big one is to get off gas, right?
Right.
So we're still on.
Yeah,
we
I
don't
have an
live in
electric
town.
bike. Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
maybe that day will come too.
Yeah, that's great.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right. Oh, hey, did you have a statement you wanted to make?
No.
Okay, all right. How about you, Zoe?
Oh my god. I have a little speech if you want it.
Okay, sure.
Okay, last Friday, 100 of us gathered here to demand climate action now. We were not alone. Last Friday was the largest climate mobilization in history, and we are not alone today. We demand that decision makers listen to the science and act with the urgency that this crisis demands. Leaders aren't doing enough. We urgently need to develop comprehensive, measurable action to protect our children's future. So we are here to call on all levels of government, the Owen Sound City Council, Grey County, the Ontario government, to declare a climate emergency. We need to call this crisis what it is. Half measures are not good enough. The IPCC states we are running out of time, but governments continue to behave as though it is business as usual. We call on you, our leaders, to unite behind the science. We call on you, our leaders, for measurable targets, commitments, and results. We call on you, our leaders, to take climate action now. The climate crisis is not only an ecological and biodiversity emergency, it is a moral one. Children are protesting because they are inheriting a world that will be unlivable unless we take immediate drastic actions. People are dying as they are forced from their homes by drought, famine, extreme weather, and violence. People are faced with impossible decisions to face death or flee, and the cause is our ignorance and our greed. Our world's most vulnerable and poor are suffering the consequences of our complacency, as will our children and their children if we do not act now. According to Amnesty International, the failure of governments to act on climate change in the face of overwhelming scientific evidence may well be the biggest intergenerational human rights violation in history. Our children have the right to clean air, clean water, food, safety, and security, as do people everywhere. These are our rights. We demand climate justice now.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
you.
That's great. All right. Looks like we got back. Hey, good to see you. Did you have a statement for climate change or why you're here involved?
It was too intimidating, the 360-degree camera.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
it's too much.
Okay. Another time. Hey,
Hey,
Ollie.
Ollie.
Did you have a statement for what you want to see accomplished?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I just want to see more people get out and just let everyone know that we need to take action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's good to see people coming out.
That's great. That's great. Hey, how are you doing? Good. Good to see you. Hey, did you have a statement for what you want to see happening?
I want to see people wake up and just elect people in office who will change it, because it starts with that, I think. I mean, we can be all as serious as we want, but we don't have people in charge who are going to listen and do anything about it. And I don't know. It's upwards battle, right?
Yeah. What are some of the things that you're doing?
Personally, I'm trying to eat better in terms of diet, because the agricultural beef industry and meat cause a lot of pollution, but haven't quite gone there.
Okay.
But also try to remember also just to be more common of what we're using, I think, and stuff. And just,
See you guys next Friday at 4:30. Same time, same place.
Yeah, I'll see you
Have a
later.
great
Yeah,
week.
good talking. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, was that the end?
I think that was the end.
Oh, that was the end. Okay.
That'll be interesting to see again.
All right. So I guess that's it for today.
Meditation thing too. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's gonna be
once a month,
second
right?
Saturday of the month.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try to get to this one.
I will.